Hi, I'm City Manager Scott Neal, and you're watching On the Job, a show where we take you behind the scenes to meet the city employees that keep Edina going and show you some things you can only learn on the job. You're joining me today from the future site of Fire Station number 2. As you can see, this project is under construction. So right now it's getting a lot of heavy attention from both the contractor and their staff that are building the thing, but also our internal staff, our facilities management staff. And I wanted to, as the star of our show today, I wanted to introduce you to Derek Otten. Derek, good to see you.
Hi, good afternoon, Scott. How are you?
Good. Derek is our facilities manager. He's a professional in this world of completing massive to-do lists all over the city. Tell us a little bit about your job, Derek.
Sure,
what do you
do? So my job is kind of, day-to-day madness, I would say. Some days, we're working on large-scale construction projects like this, where we're working with our general contractors, our own internal clients, determine the needs and ideas that they want to see or put in place out here. And then sometimes, my day revolves around things like cleaning buildings and helping to clean up messes or emergencies that come up. So it's kind of day-to-day, whatever comes up.
How long have you worked for the city now?
It'll be 5 years in April.
5 years. And so we have a variety of kinds of office buildings and production sites and almost factory sites, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So we actually have over 800,000 square foot of space throughout the city. So, and it's everything from, fire stations like this, police stations, city hall, public works, and then all the way down to some of the things like the warming houses for our skating rinks and things like that in our parks.
So you must have an army of dozens of people that help you do this job.
I wish. I like to say we're small but mighty.
Okay.
So there's actually 4 of us that kind of run the management and supervision thing, and it's about 12 people total in our entire team.
Okay. So you don't have an army of people that help you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So before you joined us, I was here before you joined us, we were all kind of our own facilities managers, right? And so we had lots of different standards and lots of different strategies for accomplishing our work. What do you bring to this as somebody that came in with a lot of facilities backgrounds into our organization?
Well, I think I bring a couple of things. First off, consistency, right? You mentioned everybody was kind of managing their own sites. We've really tried to bring everything under one umbrella through, centralized contracts and centralized services that we can help assist or provide for all of our city employees.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that we've started to really talk about is the long-term projections and planning. So we're not just looking at the immediate, but we're looking at the 5-10 year long plans for the city.
You've seen this show before, right?
Yeah.
So part of the premise here is you try to teach me a little bit about your job, like on the site, right? So we're going to go in this building, our new fire station, future fire station, and you're going to show me around and show me a little bit about what you do here, right?
That's right.
All right, I got a hard hat, I got a high vis, but do I need anything else?
Nope, I think you're good for the day. Most of the workers have cleared out, so we should be good to go.
Let's go take a look.
All right.
All right, Derek, we're in the new fire station space. We did a show a couple of months ago with building inspectors, and we went into a building that was under construction, and they showed me and they showed Scott what we do in that sense, what they do. What do you do? Are you looking at a different set of circumstances, or what do you do when you come into a building like this?
Yeah, I am actually. So, the building officials are looking for code compliance, right? I'm looking for compliance to city standards. So one of the big things that my job entails is making sure that the occupants of this building are going to be happy and satisfied with what they're asking for and what they're going to get. But then I'm also putting on my facilities hat and I'm looking at it from our maintenance staff, right? I'm making sure that there's ease of access when we come into the buildings to clean them, to maintain them, do things like that. So we really look out for ourselves to some extent.
So you're thinking about how do we get those windows clean that are up there 30 feet in the air?
Exactly. I'm looking at that, but I'm also looking at how am I going to bring a lift in here to do that type of work as well. Bringing those staff members on board into these meetings and to tour the site is really helpful for that.
So are you part of the design process as well?
Yes,
when we
I
have
am.
a building like this?
Yes, I am. So we kind of help lead the charge of hiring the architects, hiring the engineers, and hiring the contractors and bringing them all together to make sure that our programming is being met internally.
Okay, so feels like we're in the equipment bay right now. So this is going to be stacked full of expensive fire trucks and ambulances and things like that, right? What are you looking for when you're looking at this space right now?
Really, most of the stuff that we're looking for right now is to make sure that the garage doors are the right size. I mean, that's the biggest thing we have to make sure is right. Fire truck can't get out; it can't go out and service any of the
That's
fires.
Not going to work very well.
No, it's not. Okay. So we're making sure that those are actually, the right size. The rough openings there, because we have doors and things like that that have been ordered months and months and months, sometimes even up to a year ago. They're going to start coming on the site soon, and we're going to need to make sure that those get put in place.
The breadth of the things that you deal with as our facilities manager, you and your team, must be incredibly wide, right? Give us some examples of some of the things that you do on a daily basis here.
Yeah, sure. There's been many days where I walk in and as soon as I get there, I might have a presentation on that I'm supposed to be doing, or attending a meeting, or some type of higher level function, and then I find out that a roof is leaking. So I'll go in and I'll immediately have to start dealing with that. So you're kind of always on your toes in this facilities department, and that goes for my entire staff too.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff that we do is reactive as much as we try to be proactive, and so that requires our immediate action to go deal with whatever that emergency is.
So you have a hierarchy of things that got to be addressed. I got to drop everything right now, and stuff that can wait a week or a month or a year.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. Sometimes whatever situation you're dealing with, that's who's in charge for that day.
Gotcha. All right, Derek, thank you for showing me around here today and telling me a little bit more about your job. I think it's something we want the community to know, is that you're not just an internal services guy. Your work and the work of your team is appreciated by everybody that uses our facilities and ice rinks and golf courses and swimming pools. You care for their safety and they benefit from that. So I want to thank you for being on our team and being on our show today.
Appreciate it, Scott.
Thanks.
Have a nice day.
You've been watching On the Job, a show where we introduce you to the city employees that keep Edina going and show you some things you can only learn on the job.